Hello all and welcome to a Fakeaway special of Beth the Chef. Now for this one we are going to essentially create the ultimate pizza. Now I don't know what your go-to pizza order is, but mine is a spicy meat feast with a little side of barbecue dip. And that's what we're going to recreate today. I'm going to show you a lot of little tricks in there again, and this recipe is just great, staying in. We're staying in, putting some baggy pants on, watching Bridget Jones. Or you can sit out in the garden with some friends. Homemade pizzas it's great, and it's very versatile as well. Now we look back to the old, the previous Fakeaway video was crispy chili beef with noodles. So yeah, we're going from Chinese to a little bit Italian / American. No, there's a little bit of a debate there, but so yeah, we've got a fair bit to pack in. We're going to make the base, make the sauce, marinate some nice meat, add a little kick to it. So yeah, without further ado, let's cook. Now, the first stage you're going to do is, in order to get good time for the marinating, is to marinate the meat. And we're doing some chicken in some nice chili and paprika, and I'm going to do some beef mince, and you will see very soon. But what I put in the beef mince is what I put in the meatballs that have been on the specials at work at the Vale side. So yeah, I'm revealing a little secret there. Won't be secret for long. But yeah, and then we'll get on with the base. Now I'm gonna start with the chicken, and I'm gonna make 2 pizzas. This recipe's for 2. And I've got a beautiful chicken breast there, and in my little pot of spices I've got a big teaspoon of chili powder, salt is about half teaspoon there, again half teaspoon of cracked black pepper, and half to a full, let's say 2/3 a teaspoon of dried tarragon. Now tarragon and chicken is a beautiful combination, and it's almost has a slight aniseedy taste to it, so that's going to bring another layer to our pizza. And all you want to do with the chicken is just dice it up nicely. About that size. And I'm just gonna coat it in the spices. And just get your spoon in there. And now for the beef mince. So in here there's 250 grams of lean beef mince. We usually go for the 5% fat one, especially on pizzas, to balance it out, let's say. And a little pot of spices again, and there's just 3 elements that go into this. So it's again a teaspoon each, smoked paprika, cumin seeds, because I always use the seeds, so when you bite down you get that fragrance. And a teaspoon of onion salt. Now onion salt, yes, it's a great flavour, and best thing to describe it, if you tried it on its own, it tastes like cheese and onion crisps. To which you can buy it in supermarkets, so just mix that up there, and I'll just gradually add it and mix in, just so you get it going through the beef mince evenly. So the pizza base, as you'll see in a minute, is quite straightforward. Just give yourself plenty of time. It's going to take an hour and a half proving, so yeah, give yourself plenty of time. Sit down, go outside while it's proving, or do your thing. Right, so I've gathered everything up for the pizza base. Now in here is 400 grams of strong flour, and put them separately. A teaspoon of caster sugar and a pinch of salt. And you want these separately, especially the yeast, because if you have them touching and then mix it together, it will kill the yeast and you won't get that nice base. Boost, sorry. Sorry, Greg. Although this isn't a buttery biscuit base, is it? So 1 sachet goes in. Fast action dried yeast. I've got 300 ml of water, which is just warm water. I've just heated up in the microwave. And a little splash of oil. So we are 2 teaspoons of oil, and just gradually add the water. Make a little well in the middle. Bring it together with your hands. We are, so once you're there and you're looking for a nice springy dough, if you pop it there, you should see it sort of bounce back. It's the kind of thing you're looking for. So just transfer to a clean bowl, and cling film, or put a clean cloth over it. There we go. Pop in a cool, dark place and just leave it to prove. They're looking for it to double in size. It should take 1.5 hours. But yeah, keep an eye on it. So now everything's gathered up for the pizza sauce, and I'm just going to make just classic simple tomato sauce. But then usually I put a little bit of sugar in there, but there's quite a bit of sweetness and smokiness from the barbecue sauce, which will be added later. So I'm almost going to use that as a substitute. But for the sauce, just a can of chopped tomatoes. Yeah, cheap brand, but chopped tomatoes are chopped tomatoes. Barbecue sauce, which again will be added later. Some salt and pepper for seasoning. And 1 diced white onion, kind of roughly diced. 3 sliced garlic cloves. And some basil leaves for freshness. Now I'll probably add some basil leaves right at the end, just to make it look good. There's 14 here if you did want the exact measurement. But what we're going to do is go over to the heat. Want to saute our onions in just a little bit of oil. Add the garlic and yeah, the seasonings and the tomatoes. I'm not going to fold the barbecue sauce until right at the very end. So onions are pretty much there. I'm going to add the garlic. I'm on a low to medium heat as well, by the way. Just in order to get a little bit of colour on it. Season well. There we go. Coat it. Now I'm going to turn it out more towards a simmer. Add the tomatoes. That's the colour. Add the basil. And just add the basil as it is. Once it's done its thing, I'm going to blitz this and pass it through. So yeah, and just going to let it simmer. Well, I'll go by eye, but at least 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Got a large pan on with some oil to heat up. And I'm going to chuck both the beef and the chicken in the same pan. It's all going onto one pizza anyway, so. Yeah. Break your beef mince up into little bits into your bowl while the pan is heating. And you might have to do it in a couple of batches, depends how much fits in the pan. And add some chicken. And I'm going to do a little trick later, just to boost the flavour up a bit. Now for my little trick. So I'm going to put the meat to one side there. Okay. I'll turn the sauce off the heat, and I'm just going to deglaze the pan. Very chefy thing to do. To take a bit of your sauce. Yeah. Mix it round. Turn the heat off. And all those meat juices and flavours just transfer straight into your saucepan. Alright, so blitz and strain. And yeah, I'm just gonna let you see what's happening in the video, because once that blender's on, you're not gonna be able to hear me. Should be able to smell that smoky barbecuiness through. So gathered everything up towards assembling our pizzas. And you just want your 2 pizza trays. And this has not got a like stone clay oven for pizzas. So I'm going to set the oven to 220 degrees in order to recreate that effect as much as possible in a standard home kitchen in the UK. We are. Preheat to 220. As you can see, floured surface again. And then get a rolling pin. And as you can see, the dough is quite frankly huge, bloody huge. Which, yeah, is obviously what you want. You can see when taking apart the elasticity, which is going to be awesome. So, oh yes, I'll get on there so you can prepare it all. But as well as our meat, if I try and show you, our sauce is there, by the way. I've diced half a pepper, a little bit of cheddar, about 50 grams of grated cheddar, 2 mozzarella balls, which are just sliced, because it's got to be mozzarella for a pizza. So I'm just going to get about half of our dough, and as you can see it's quite sticky and elastic, so the flour will help with that again. Roll it in flour so you're able to roll the base. And just lightly go, turning every now and then, so you can obviously fill the size of your tray. Now, for your bases, going to evenly spread my sauce. Don't go too overboard with the sauce though. You don't have to use all of it, because you don't want your base really soggy. And you can always use the rest as a dipping sauce, or keep it for another day. Fine in the fridge for a couple of days, and I think it would go pretty good, say with wraps or in sandwiches, or maybe even like a dirty fries kind of thing. Just add a little bit more. We are. So yeah, there was about 3.5 teaspoons, if you want a bit more of a guide. And obviously don't go all the way up to your edge. You want that nice crust you get on pizzas. Now a lot of pizzas you see, the meat is on top of the cheese. But I'm going to put the meat and the peppers actually underneath before the cheese. This way it can seal the flavour. You got almost pockets of flavour. So just evenly scatter. Or do a face if you want. It's your canvas, eh? Load it up, because we do like loaded pizzas. Yeah. Just gonna rinse my hands. Lightly scatter some cheddar. And your mozzarella. Beautiful. And they're just going to go straight in the oven. Keep an eye on them, but because of the high temperature, it'll take about 10 minutes. Right, so I'm just going to get them out of the oven. They're fairly big, so yeah. Man versus food pizza challenge. It's fine because I'm off to the gym to do my workout, and then I'm gonna eat this later, so but by the looks of it I would definitely need to do that to balance it out. Did warn ya. So yeah, get a knife or a piece of cutter. I think we've got one actually. Right at the bottom of the cupboard, as you can tell by the noise. Not made pizzas in a while here. Just slice up. So here we have it, our Bakeaway Ultimate Spicy Barbecue Meat Feast Pizza Concoction Offspring, whatever you call it. So yeah, spread the word, Beth the chef. Enjoy it sitting in your garden with friends or watching a movie with this. But join us next week. So next week is, to be honest, sadly enough, one of my favourite weeks of the year, Eurovision week. So we're going to do a Eurovision special, and we're making a cake from Switzerland because the hosting country this year is in Switzerland, thanks to Nemo and the code. We're going to do a Triola cake, and we're going to do a nice chocolate sauce with it. So yeah, have a good week and bon appetit.